If you think seeing a mountain lion makes you a Coloradoan, well, then you're more Coloradoan than I am, because fortunately, I have never seen a mountain lion and hope to never see a mountain lion in my life living in Fort Collins, Colorado, or any part of Colorado. But that being said, there's been a couple mountain lion attacks, but one recently in 2 hours west of Colorado Springs. But we are going to talk about things tonight live in Fort Collins. This is my 12th. Oh, delay start, but sounds okay. Sounds great. Okay. Yeah, now I'm sorry. Again, you guys are going to hear some flooring construction upstairs. They're working late, so I love the contractors for doing that. But I am back and forth between houses, so I'm on a different computer again tonight. Scrambled to transfer kids from one card to another and forgot the computer. So I'm on a less than desirable computer tonight, but hopefully it works. And I do test the neighborhood spotlight, which is University Acres. But that being said, this is our 12th broadcast of Live in Fort Collins. We come to you every Wednesday night, discuss things that happen, things that are happening, city council review, developments under review, and then we have a neighborhood spotlight, which again this week is University Acres. We come live every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. We try to keep it between 12 to 15 minutes long. So let's jump right in. Again, I'm very fortunate that I have not ever seen a mountain lion. Folks that moved here from Chicago, the wife had seen a mountain lion, and the husband called me or texted me and said, I guess we're official Coloradoans. My wife saw a mountain lion today, and I was like, well, you're more Coloradoan than I am. But they are real. Things happen. There's been mountain lion attacks. There was national news of a runner who fought off kind of a teen mountain lion, and there's other videos of people backing up and seeing mountain lions. So it is a real threat, real danger. And the Coloradoan came out with an article talking about, how to avoid it, what you can do to stay clear, and if you do happen to come across one, what you can do to kind of fend them off. Biggest thing is dusk till dawn. Sounds like they're pretty night active. And if you are walking around, make sure you have a light so that you can see them. Make a lot of noise, have the dogs and pets inside after hours. Kids, same thing. From there, if when you're walking on the path, make a lot of noise, make sure that they know you're coming, staying clear. And if you do happen to come across one, get yourself as big as possible, back up slowly, talk to them calmly, but then louder if they continue to come, and then continue to back up, make yourself as big as possible. But if they do attack, fight aggressively, which I thought that was a pretty interesting thing to say. I mean, yes, 100% I'm down to fight aggressively, but holy cow, could you imagine in your head, like right now I'm fighting for my life, and that's against a mountain lion. There was a couple that was in a hot tub recently. That's why the Colorado put this article out, that they were just literally, it was a ground level hot tub. People's heads must have just kind of been peeking out of the hot tub. Mountain lion came up, grabbed the dude's head. Fortunately, it was just kind of surface level scratches, and didn't anything really happen, but it prompted this article. So stay aware, especially if we're coming upon hiking season. And know that, we are visitors in their territory. So make sure you are aware and ready. My dad hikes all over the place, and he says he's seen some, paw prints, different stories that he's seen. And it kind of pisses me off because I'm like, Dad, just send me a text. Let me know where you are in the state of Colorado, because he's willing to drive like 3 to 4 hours a day to go hike. And he is familiar with all of northern Colorado. I mean, he's even driven to Aspen and back in one day to hike. I hate driving. Well, my knees hate driving. I just hate staying stiff. But that being said, have fun, but be aware. All right, on to the next. I talked to a lot of people about this, that retail follows rooftops. And when we talk about rooftops, we're talking about residential rooftops. Timnath, there was an article coming out about all of the commercial development that's happening between Whitesville and County Road 13. A couple car washes, a big gas station, a liquor store, and then on top of potentially Topgolf, in addition to plenty other 2 million square feet of commercial kind of along that I-25 corridor. So Timnath continues to have explosive growth. Let's see here, an animal hospital, And then we still are seeing what's going to happen at that 36-acre Sweatsville Zoo that's literally got the Poudre River running through it. I hope that there's just something phenomenally cool that's built and developed there. It did recently transfer hands from the Sweatsville Zoo, which if you are not familiar with the Sweatsville Zoo, terrified me as a kid growing up. But essentially it was this gentleman, last name Sweats, that built lots of kind of knickknacks and aluminum dinosaurs and ants and cars, and he just welded things together. I mean, it is cool, a little creepy. I mean, but cool. And you could just go through there. I think it was free. I can't remember, or very cheap. You could just give money back to them. But this recently traded hands. He retired. Some of these pieces will probably still stay a part of whatever this development will be, but a lot of them are going to be gone. It's 36 acres, again, right by I-25 and Harmony exit as you're going into Timnath, a 36-acre piece. So really a instrumental piece to Timnath's future development. And again, Timnath is just experiencing explosive exponential growth. So those are things that have happened over the last few weeks, or last week, I should say. What's coming up is Fort Collins Music Experiment. FOCO MX announced, some of their headliners. Last week we talked about the Fort Collins Food Festival. I can't think of it right now. But that being said, they were American Rejects, Lil Jon, but FOCO MX a little bit smaller as far as like names that are coming. But lots of them. They're actually trying to set a Guinness Book of World Records of as many music performances happening at one time at the Lyric. And this is going to be April 28th and 29th. It's going to be either $60 for each day up through the 27th, or $60 per day if you buy them on the 27th and 28th of April. So that is coming up. Let's see here. Winter's Farmers Market happens this Saturday at Foothills Mall. There's going to be a comedy night at Sundown Steakhouse, and then a mini golf madness. If you haven't played the mini golf, like Old Town Putt and the Exchange, definitely do yourself a favor. They've got leagues. It's just this little putt place. The owner's super cool. It's an owner-operator, but they're having mini putt madness coming up this weekend on Sunday. So I think it's $10 to enter, some prizes, $100, $200, and $300, and some beer that's being given away as well. So go check that out if you're looking for something to do this weekend. Weather looks decent today. It's a little bit not overcast. There is some kind of sleet, snow, but it's been very wet. I told my dad, I was like, well, good. We got some more moisture. That's the Coloradoan thing to do when you get rain or snow, that you just look on the bright side and say, well, we got some snow. So that's good. Got some moisture. My dad goes, we don't need the moisture. And it's because we're, pretty much at 150% of snowpack. We've had some phenomenal moisture this year. So no drought this year. You're probably going to be able to water your lawn all you want if you want, but people continue to move toward that zero-scape thing. So, all right, let's go into the city council recap. Not really much happened. It was a super short meeting. The three main things that they discussed was money for the Hughes land, adoption of the zero action plan, adopting the Vision Zero plan, which is like a mode of transportation, and then also talking about the election changes. We've moved from a city election from April to November to kind of correspond with the rest of the elections, and this is an election year, so definitely pay attention to that. I think one of the things that I've talked with a lot about people is while national politics important, stay in touch with those, stay engaged. But local politics are definitely where you can make more of an impact and difference. So really pay attention, see and that's why we're doing these live in Fort Collins, is to keep and give and maintain information so that as many people can get it as possible. City of Fort Collins got what's called COP bonds. They act like mortgages. They used some parcels of land in the garage as collateral for these bonds to get the funds. $12.7 million has been secured by the city to buy Hughes land from the state. So we continue to make strides forward to buy that land and for that to become officially Collins owned by the Fort Collins, and whether and to see what we do with that is yet to be determined. We should have 2 to 3 options by the end of this year, is at least what the goal of the city council is. From there, adopting Vision Zero plan passed unanimously. This is a active mode plan with a 0 deaths or serious injuries on any modes of transportation by 2032 in the city of Fort Collins, and also reduce motor vehicle trips. But these are basically plans that put in guides for budget items to be drafted around. So when plans come, when budget items come up, they are kind of in lieu or in tandem with these plans, the kind of as guiding principles of where we should be putting money and where the city has put in long-term plans for our kind of directional path. So those are really the only 3 things that came up on city council. It was a really quick meeting, which is awesome considering the last 4 have been marathon sessions. So that being said, developments under review. If you're not familiar with the city of Fort Collins kind of development review process, it's this really slow process, that's for sure. But you can put in a conceptual review. Essentially, like you can write it on a piece of paper, submit it as a conceptual review. They kind of tell you high level what you're going to need to do, get involved, departments. And then from there, you can kind of get a preliminary design and get that reviewed. Then a neighborhood meeting, and then from there permits. And I mean, it's pretty extensive. That little overview doesn't give it too much justice, but it is extensive and takes significant amount of time. So when these developments, when they break dirt, these are years and years in the making. I mean, some of these bigger projects could be multiple years, whereas, I've talked with some builders and developers that the entitlement process and the rezoning, things of that nature, it used to take 12 months is what they used to kind of pencil in as far as their plans. Could now take 36 to 48 months, depending on the scope of the project and how unique it is, commercial and residential. So it can be relatively extensive. These developments under review could be a addition of a garage, an addition to your house. Some of them go quicker than others, but they go through the city council, it's not city council, but this planning review process. And if you'd like, I'd be happy to talk with you a little bit more about what that looks like, or at least direct you into a position that if you're really serious, get you in touch with contractors or people that are much more in touch with that process than I am. But that being said, there was 0 conceptual reviews, 0 preliminary design reviews, 1 neighborhood meeting, the whole orchards, which is 55 single-family detached houses that is going to be built on 12 acres. There's a neighborhood meeting for this. And really, there's going to be a 1.7 acre park, 55 single-family homes. This is kind of over on the northwest side of town, kind of Taft and Horsetooth area. So we are now into our neighborhood focus. Let's see if we can get this to play, because last week we did not. Let's see here. Come on. Oh, it was going so smooth earlier. We'll let it roll. Let it roll. It might just start going. If not, I can start it back over. This is University Acres, Prospect and LeMay area on the northwest side. Houses here were built in the 1960s and 70s. Let's see if we can let it buffer for a quick second. 1960s and 70s. This is a mile from CSU. You can head straight to CSU on Pitkin. Good bike path right there. Or if you need to head out to I-25 Prospect, sorry, it's definitely not as smooth as my other one. Again, I knew this was kind of going to happen. But that being said, you can head out straight out Prospect to I-25. Great area. Houses here are going to be between 1,500 to 3,100 square feet. Again, built in the 1960s and 70s. Tons of ranch-style houses in this neighborhood. Tons of ranch-style houses. About 10 to 15 homes turn over each year in this period. Homes on Prospect will sell anywhere between $550,000 to $650,000. But homes like kind of more in the interior of University Acres, and I'm going to stop that because that's just annoying me. But you kind of get the gist of what it looks like. Homes are going to sell on the interior. They could sell all the way up to $1.5 million. Lots of renovations on renovating on these properties, good lot sizes, but a phenomenal neighborhood. Lots of professors used to live in this neighborhood, and some are rentals. Definitely, I've got a client that has a rental in this neighborhood, but phenomenal neighborhood. This is a great neighborhood that we are going to be featured on one of our neighborhood videos. If you haven't watched, we've released our best neighborhoods, most appreciating, and neighborhoods to watch is coming up next week. So if you haven't watched those, have a look. Alrighty, I don't see any other questions, and I will be bringing my good computer again next week. I apologize for the lagginess of this, and if you guys want, I can send you guys directly a video of the drone video of University Acres. But again, you can watch our neighborhood videos on our long form YouTube, and that can get you information. Alrighty, appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, take care.